The Trump administration is looking to cut grants to many organizations that work with young people here in the Commonwealth and across the country. Shayna Seymour with how these cuts could not only impact youth employment, but also the services the organizations provide to the community.
In East Boston, one music and technology youth organization, Zoomix, could be financially impacted by potential budget cuts.
Government funding feels like it's very much at risk right now.
Madeline Stuchinski is the co-founder and executive director of Zoomix. With $200 in 1991, they started by opening their living room space for kids to access music, art, and safety during one of Boston's most violent periods. Since then, they have gained many members and a larger budget.
We are almost at $3 million a year now. That includes everything. So that includes the building, it includes the staffing, it includes the youth staff, it includes all the equipment, it includes repairing the equipment, it includes our retirement funds for our staff, striving to take care of the people who take care of our mission.
Their director of programs, Corey DePina, says they created a music mentor program for college students to mentor young people in instrumental lessons.
We started off with rappers and singers, and was like, wouldn't it be great if we had our own music and we played our own instruments?
Many of their teen staff has spent years cultivating their passion for music and creative technology.
I actually found out about Zoomix when I was about 8 years old.
The staff has inspired youth leaders like Angelica Munoz and Kenneth Palacios to serve as members of the Zoomix Teen Council.
I have my own radio show called In Within, and I interview people about their kind of backstories and where they are now and how they got through different challenges and problems that they faced and how they kind of like overcame those obstacles and how that builds their story now and how they use it to help others.
Munoz performs with a group called the Creative Spark Group.
We created a song called Breathe that brought awareness to substance abuse between the youth and not blaming the youth because of the substance abuse instead of the root cause of the stress of school or home life and different situations like that.
For teens to learn new skills, participate in programming, and get paid, Zoomix relies on funding from donors and funding from the government. Their staff says a lot of technology and music equipment is pretty expensive, but they value empowering youth.
We are always accepting grants, donations, bequests. Like, if you want to gift us your house when you're done with it, we'll take anything.
Zoomix has been a harbor of love for many art enthusiasts. Their space has ignited a creative vision with a lasting impact, allowing young people to earn their first paycheck, learn about financial literacy, and earn revenue from performances.
The biggest impact that I've seen at Zoomix are things like the last 10 years, a young person getting like a full scholarship to Berklee College of Music. We're creating stories and building communities that last forever.
At the crossroads of unprecedented federal changes to environmental policy and cuts to nonprofits, Green Roots, environmental Chelsea organizers, also known as ECO, and the Urban Farm Crew have planted seeds in the hearts of their community members and their gardens. Earlier this year, the Trump administration froze $316 million of Massachusetts climate and environmental funds that were already approved by Congress. The funds were later restored following the lawsuit filed by Massachusetts Attorney General Andrea Campbell. But this raises uncertainty for nonprofits pursuing grants from the fiscal 2026 budget. Organizations like Green Roots, who depend on the state's grants, may lose some of their funding next year.
We rely on this funding to do the programming and to serve the Chelsea community. So I think with current cuts, with lack of environmental justice funding, that will definitely impact us.
Oscar Figueroa, the organization's freight farmer, joined after losing his job during the pandemic. He makes sure the garden blossoms and produces fresh vegetables.
We harvest and also cultivate and try to teach to the community, all for free, by the way. So that way, anyone that's in need of food can come here and get fresh very organic vegetables for free.
Green Roots employs young people in 3 of their 6 gardens, harvesting juicy fruits like raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, and fresh, nutritious vegetables. Teens like Diana and Emily were thrilled to be hired by Green Roots.
I remember when I first read the email, like you got in, and I was like, oh my goodness. It was just overall like one of the best moments I've ever experienced being a teenager.
They give away the food that they have from the gardens, and I've had some financial issues when it came to my family, and having that opportunity to, take from the garden, bring back home, it's been a blessing.
Many teens enjoy their job and protecting the future of their climate, but environmental programs are at risk of losing funding.
Majority of our budget is grant funded, and so those grants are coming from family foundations, federal and state funding, as well as more local city funding as well.
Green Roots hopes that the administration's target on sanctuary cities will not impact their ability to continue environmental justice efforts in their community. The Trump administration proposed cutting $100 million in environmental justice grants and eliminating equity-based programs.
If that was cut or reduced in any way, that would have immense impacts on our programming.
While budgets may shrink, Green Roots is growing, planting its seeds in the community for future generations.
I love being able to say, oh, go to the garden, like they're giving out harvest. I truly love it. I find joy in it.